Hello po! It's Teacher Joy. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Teacher Joylyn Online Review. If you are new here sa ating YouTube, pakiclick na po ang subscribe button para always kayong updated sa mga panibagong videos natin. Alright, so now, we're going to explain our 5 items assignment na binigay ko po kahapon lang. Ito po ay para sa lahat ng magtitake ng civil service exam. So, let us explain. So, let's start sa ating paunang tanong. Number 71. The prime duty of this institution is to serve and protect the people. Ayan, yung magsilbi at protektahan ang mga tao. Kaninong duty or obligation yon? Letter A, parents. B, religion. C, education. D, government. E, family. Ayan, first question pa lang, very easy. I know a lot of you will got the correct answers kasi sobrang easy ng tanong na ito. Siyempre, yan ay isang duty ng ating government. So, the correct answer is letter E, government. So, under Article 2, Section 4 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, the prime duty of the government is to serve and protect the people. This is a direct statement. The primary responsibility of every branch and agency of government is the welfare, the safety, and of course, the service of the people. Kahit na lahat naman na uri ng batas, no? I mean, in the government, no? The duty talaga is to serve and to have a safety of the people. Dahil po, ang pangunahing layunin ng ating gobyerno ay ang maglingkod at protektahan ang mga Pilipino or yung mga nasasakupang mamamayan. So, why the other options are wrong? Because parents, no? Parents, the duty of our parents is to nurture, guide, and support their children. Religion naman, syempre, the role of the religion is to provide spiritual and moral guidance. And the education, purpose niya is to develop citizens and transmit culture. And of course, ang ating family, the duty of the family is to care and upbringing its members. And also, take note, ang family din ang pinaka-basic unit ng ating society. Ayan, minsan lumalabas tong family na to. Okay, so please take note. And now, let's move on sa ating 72 na tanong. Ayan, number 72, parang connected siya sa number 71 natin. So, basahin ko na. It is the basic autonomous social institution. Nabasa yung basic? Ayan. So, ano yan? A, local government. B, barangay. C, family. D, education. E, NGOs. Of course, the word basic again, that is family, letter C. So, kanina, no, nasabi na natin yan. So, under Article 15, Section 2 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, ang sinasabi dyan, ang pamilya is the basic autonomous social institution. No? Yun. This means the family is the fundamental self-governing unit of society, recognized by the Constitution as existing independently and prior to the state, which shall protect its integrity as the foundation of the nation. Okay, so ang pamilya ang pinaka-basic na unit ng ating society. So, why the other options are wrong? Because local government is the political subdivision, hindi siya basic social institution. Barangay naman, barangay, tanda natin dito, is the smallest unit of the government, no? Yan. Education, of course, a system and the service, hindi siya institution ng constitutional sense. NGOs naman, ito ay para sa mga private organizations or voluntary organizations. So, yun. Family, ang ating tamang sagot, the basic unit of our society. Alright, so congratulations sa mga naka 2 points. Now, let's move on sa ating 73 na tanong. Okay. Question. It is the most common form of unregulated commercial fishing. The most common, ibig sabihin kilala, no? And palagi nyo siyang narinig, nababasa. Ayan, sinasabi sa ano yan? A. Dynamite fishing. B. Using powerful light. C. Using nets that having big holes. D. Overfishing. Or letter E. Using electric fishing rods. Okay. Sa limang options na to, what is the most common form ng illegal na pagkuha ng fish or ng mga isda? Yung palagi nyo lang natin naririnig, nababasa. Okay, so that is letter A, dynamite fishing. Yes, very known yung dynamite fishing natin before, and syempre, bawal na ngayon. So, yon, bihira na lang natin siya naririnig. So, dynamite fishing, also called blast fishing, no? Blast fishing is widely recognized as the most common, widespread, and destructive form of illegal commercial fishing dito sa Pilipinas and many tropical regions. Ito yung pinakakilala at destructive na illegal fishing method. It uses explosives to stun or kill large of fish instantly. Kaya siya tinawag na dynamite fishing. When you say dynamite, di ba? It explode. So, yun. At kapag na-explode siya, kapag binato mo siya sa tubig, that exploding dynamite na yun, syempre, a lot of fishes ay mamamatay. So, yun. Okay, why other options are incorrect? Because using powerful lights, letter A, no, is a specific method but less common or hindi siya masyadong kilala. But, ito ay hindi rin pinapayagan na gamitin. Using nets and having big holes, this actually allows small fish to escape kasi nga malaki yung butas, so yung mga small fish ay makaka-escape, no? So this is closer to responsible fishing. Hindi siya illegal ang using nets that having big holes. So pinapahintulutan na tayo ay gumamit ng big holes kasi yung mga, di ba, isda na maliliit is bawal pang kunin. So yun. Overfishing, from the word over, of course this is illegal. It's a result of a condition na taking too many fish. Ayan. So, hindi siya method pala. Using electric fishing rods, from the word electric, napaka-harmful and illegal nito sa mga isda natin. Ito. But this one is less common and less accessible than dynamite. Okay. So, yan lang. And now, let's move on sa ating pang-apat na tanong. Number 74. Major cause of climate change. Ano ito? A. Deforestation. B. Throwing waste in rivers or canals. C. Using air cons. D. Burning fossil fuels. Or E. Destructive fishing. Climate change, guys, the major cause of climate change. Bakit ba nagbabago yung ating climate or yung ating klima? The major cause is, of course, yung pagsunog ng mga, like for example, basura, di ba? Burning of fossil fuels. That is letter D. So, climate change is driven mainly by the greenhouse effect. Gases like carbon dioxide trapping heat in the atmosphere. So, burning fossil fuels, this includes the coal, the oil, and the natural gas, not for electricity, transportation, and industry, is the single largest source of greenhouse gas emissions globally. So, widely identified by the scientists and the UN or the United as the primary and major cause of climate change. So, yun yung pinaka-major cause kung bakit nagbabago yung ating klima. Minsan, no, umuulan, umaaraw, bumabaha, bumabagyo, sobrang init, mga ganun. So, it's because of burning fossil fuels. So, yun lang. Why the other options are wrong? Because deforestation contributes significantly sa ating greenhouse effect. So, ibig sabihin, deforestation is a positive word, no? So, fewer trees means less carbon absorbed, but it is secondary, not the main cause. Throwing waste in rivers, very no to. It harms na our water quality and the marine life. Maaapektuhan yung mga isda natin. Using air cons contributes to emissions, but it's only small part of overall energy use. Ayan, destructive fishing damages the reef and ecosystems. So, dito, climate change kasi pinag-uusapan natin, hindi naman sa dagat. So, ang ating tamang sagot ay burning fossil fuels. Letter D. Ito pala. Sige, ito sulat nyo. Nakalimutan ko, meron na pala akong isang slide na nilagay ko yung mga important words para maisulat nyo. Okay? So now, let's move on dito sa ating 5 na tanong. Ito, very easy. SALN stands for A. Statement of Application for Liabilities and Network. B. Statement of all loans and different network. C. Sworn statement of all liabilities and network. D. Statement of all life network. Or letter D, E, statement of assets, liabilities, and network. Ito. Very easy. Ang ating tamang sagot dito ay letter E, statement of assets, liabilities, and network. So that is the SALN, the official mandatory document that all public officials and employees in the Philippines must file annually and upon entry exit from the service. So, yun. It stands for Statement of Assets, Liabilities, and Network. Ibig sabihin, no, ang mga officials natin, mga employees natin dito sa Pilipinas must file the SALN before and after their services. So, it declares, ano ba yung dinideclares dito? It declares everything. The official owns, like your assets, no? Everything they owe, yung mga inutang nila, the liabilities, and the difference between the two. So, the network naman yun to ensure transparency and prevent corruption. Kaya nangyayari ngayon sa ating politiko, no? Maraming inuungkat na mga pera sa ating government. Once ang isang empleyado or yung ating official, no, matataas na officials natin ay for example, may pera, no, na nakakaduda-duda. So, yun, in that way, SALN will give us the proof, the transparency kung ano ba yung mga assets, liabilities, and the net worth ng mga empleyado natin. Pero, gayon pa man, kahit nang ganon, nagpo-file sila ng ganon, hindi pa rin talaga matatakasan yung corruption. Ewan na lang. Baka di natin alam, no? Okay. Di na lang natin sasabihin. So, yun. So, tapos na po tayo, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Palakpakan po ang inyong mga sarili for job well done today. Yung questions natin, very easy lang today. And, syempre, kailangan may mahirap, may easy, may moderate, parang ganun na. Okay, so yun lang. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, this is Teacher Joy, and keep safe, everyone. Bye!